Welcome to the All About TRH podcast, aka All About the Real Housewives, aka All About the Truth. On this week's episode, we follow up from the Albie Manzo interview that led us to believe what Caroline Manzo's role really was in the FBI drama surrounding Teresa Giudice. We also share what happened in Punta Cana with the New Jersey cast and talk new revelations regarding Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky. Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
Are we back?
We're back.
Oh my gosh. It feels like weird because I feel like we really haven't done one of these. I mean, I know we did one impulsively, like last week when we found out the news of everyone coming back for Jersey, but that was like so impulsive and whatnot. But I just feel like we've done interviews back to back. Like we had Jennifer's interview, then Siggy's interview, then Albie's interview. And like we haven't like sat down, and then you've been on vacation for like the last 2 weeks.
I know, so it's good to be back.
I know. I know. I had posted something on Instagram where I said, you guys, we're back to recording. We're gonna start recording 2 episodes a week. Chantel's back, and everyone's like, about damn time. So it's so funny to hear that.
I had to meet my fiance's mom's side of the family. I've never met them because they live in California, so I had to meet them because they're all coming to my wedding. So how awkward if I saw like 40 people that I didn't know just at my wedding. Like, thank God I met them because it was like nice to like get to know them. So it was needed.
I feel like that's normal a lot of the times.
But we're having a small wedding though. So like, and it's
Chantel, 200 people is not a small wedding.
Roxanne, that's small for us. Do not go there. You had 550.
No, I didn't. I actually had a small wedding. I had a small wedding.
You had 500. So sorry.
I had 400 people.
Okay. So 400 compared to 200.
Yeah, but I know.
And I think I'm going to be at, imagine 40 of those 150. Like, I don't really know them. That's like odd.
Well, yeah, because it's going to be intimate. We're celebrating every single day. So yeah, no, I mean, I get that. It was brutal, you guys, without Chantel. I know I said this, but I swear to God, it was brutal. Like, she just came home, today is like her first day back at work. And how many times have I called you today?
You guys called me 7 times, and I'm like, I'm at work. I haven't worked for 1 week. Leave me alone.
I know. And it's like everything. Sometimes people ask me, they're like, I don't get it. Like, you work and then you have kids. So how do you have so much time to call her? And it's like, any moment that I like,
she gets in the car, she calls me. She gets
every time.
Yeah, every time, like either going somewhere or coming back from that place, she calls me.
Or running, just like running errands or doing things like in my house, or I don't even know. Yeah, I always find a way to call. Like any moment that I have that's free. You know how people are like, okay, I'm gonna just like be alone. I'm like, all right, let me call Chantel. So that's my life.
Yeah, you have issues.
I sure do. So yeah, I'm just glad you're back, Chantel. It was weird. And Chantel and I have quite a weekend, you guys, quite a weekend. Chantel's planning Jack's birthday, which is my son.
No, I'm not, but I'm having to help like usual.
Yeah. So I'm not kidding. My son turns 1, which is crazy how quick time goes. Sorry to be one of those. On Thursday, and on Saturday, we're just like having, it's literally nothing. Just like we're at our pool club, we're having everyone come, but Chantal has to help me set up. So I was like to her, hey, I need you on Saturday morning. Like, no bullshit. Like, you need to be at my house. And she's like, I'm going out Friday night. So like, don't expect me to be there that early. And I was like, okay, well, then you need to be at my house at 10 a.m. Because also the party's from 12 to 3. I have 3 kids. Like, my husband and I, the days of parties are the most chaotic thing ever. And I know my mother-in-law, she always tells me, she's like, be thankful you have Chantel. Be thankful. Because anytime
she has my back all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she'll see Chantel like and I'm like a deer in headlights. I'm just so overwhelmed because I do a lot of the stuff beforehand that the day's finally here. And yeah, I'm a deer in headlights. So thanks, Chantel. But
and I help out the days before, like your little setups, and then they get destroyed,
you're not
and
this
they
time.
Reset up.
Yeah, but you're not this time because I'm not doing anything crazy. And I mean, we were gonna do balloons, and you're like, I was like, so Chantel is my balloon person because like I'm not trying to spend $300 on balloons. And I was like to her, I was like, should we do balloons? Like, cause we have like a little backdrop. And she was like,
no.
She's like, no. Yeah. She's like, no, honestly, it's not necessary. Just like, we're going to be swimming. Don't even do it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but we're doing a mimosa bar. Okay. Also, I hate going to kids' birthdays and like, there's no drinks. Is that weird?
Oh, I mean, I think it depends on the party.
No, I think that well, I mean, yeah, if we're at like a friendship factory, yeah, like I don't think there should be like liquor there. But if it's like a summer day, absolutely liquor should be there. Or no, I just always think that it should. I don't know, just me. But now everyone's gonna think I'm an
I mean,
alcoholic.
I'm glad there'll be some mimosas for me.
Yeah, we're doing like a cute mimosa bar just for the adults. So, yeah, my son's never going to remember this, but it's okay. It's okay. We're all going to be together. I feel like, it's my third kid. I haven't done much for him. So I'm like, whatever. But, anyways, I know you guys are like, okay, get on with it. So, is there anything else, Chantal, you want to add?
No, what are we talking about today?
Well, Chantal, remember one time we were like, "Hey, like, do you guys like forward the beginning when we talk about our lives?" And we dead ass didn't expect people to say yeah, and literally for the majority, everyone was like,
No, I would
"No."
say half. Oh yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I would say like
Oh my gosh,
60% said no, and then like 40% said yeah.
I was gonna say like two people said yeah.
No, we got more than two.
Wow, why would you say that right now? I didn't know it was that many people.
Maybe
Um,
I was answering that time, but we got a few.
No, no, I don't know what she's saying. It's just that, we've gotten so big, guys, that's why that's like my excuse for it. But yeah,
Oh, stop.
I know. I'm totally kidding. But I was like, oh, and like we're not gonna, we're just like, okay, well, thanks for being honest. But it was like, damn, like y'all really told us. We appreciate it though. Anywho, so okay, so today's agenda, because I just feel like we're so behind, which sucks because usually so much has happened that we would be like bonus episode, bonus episode, bonus episode, but we weren't able to do that with Chantal being gone, and I didn't want to do it while she was over there because you guys heard us doing one while she was over there, and it was a shit show. Like I heard the
Yeah, it was a
mics.
nightmare.
I heard I was yelling at Chantal because I heard her on her phone. So today's agenda is we're going to talk about. So we had that Albie Manzo interview, and we didn't really get to touch on it, and we got a lot of I don't know if I said this, but did I talk about this already? That we got conflicting feedback about the Albie interview.
No, you said we were going to talk about it on this one.
Yeah, so we got conflicting feedback. I honestly, a lot of people walked away from it and they were like, I really didn't like him before, and I actually do like him now. He was open to answering your questions, but a lot of people said he was like very politically correct, speaking in circles. Now, I thought he did well. I was very surprised. A lot of you guys wanted me to push on some answers. I was very surprised about some things that I was like, I can't even believe he's answering this. I can't believe he just revealed he's not good with Jacqueline Larita. Just those type of things that I don't know. I couldn't push. I don't know.
Because they're family too. So for him to say that is a big deal. Like,
So yeah, that's all I needed. I was like, holy hell, and I knew, in my opinion, no one's told me this. I think it's about the Blackwater. I mean, like, again, because anytime like family gets with business and then the business fails, they do not F with each other anymore. So that was my opinion on it. So yeah, it was very conflicting. But again, I really appreciate that Albie came on here. I would go ham on Albie back in the day, even though like I had that little crush on him. You guys were so funny with your messages about that, but I would go ham on him. Well, not on him, but his family. So I mean, like respect for him for still coming on and not knowing any of the questions beforehand. But yeah, now I know that hey, there are people who are going to answer. So do follow up questions. So thanks for the feedback on that. But okay, the whole point of me even wanting to bring up this Albie interviews because when we asked him about who called the FBI, like Caroline said, your mom said that she was there. Who called the FBI? How did you feel about his response, Chantel?
I felt that he 100% knew. I mean, I don't know because he literally made it seem like Teresa 100% knows, and like we were saying no, she doesn't. So I didn't know if he was like telling the
Okay.
truth or not.
So many people, so many of you guys were like, he was talking in circles. And then
Yeah,
I re-listened to it like 10 times and I tried to like gather what the hell he was trying to say. Then I went back and I listened to Caroline announcing whatever she did. And I just like listen, and here's my theory about everything. So, okay, here's what we know that there was a person in Joe Gorka's office that allegedly was advised to contact the IRS, I think, and they did. This came from Kim D. So, Kim D is the one who has put that out there and said that. I think Jacqueline may have co signed it, but they both knew about it. I do believe that Princess Gorga may have given a tip through someone else, not realizing how bad it would have been or that it would impact Teresa. So, I mean, at the end of the day, how I look at it is like judgment day is going to come. And if he's guilty of that, then he'll face it, even if it's not in the public eye. So again, the reason we're even getting into this, who called the FBI, was because, again, with what Albie said on our podcast, and from what I gathered, he didn't really say much. He said that, we had asked him, what about Caroline, your mom, saying that she was there? As we all know, Caroline went on stage. She was at a live show and she told everyone, I know who called the FBI. And the crowd, they went wild, almost even surprising Caroline. So then she kept going in. And, Chantal, when you get so excited, like when someone's like cheering you on, that you just start blurting things out.
Yeah.
I think that's what Caroline did, because she then proceeded to say she was there and she grabbed her kids when it was all happening. And now a lot of people assume like she was talking about the Gorgas. It was for sure. There you go. It's verified. That's it. She's talking about Melissa and Joe. But Lauren then went on TikTok and she denied the whole thing. And to be honest, this investigation was going on prior to the Gorgas even joining. So why would Caroline Manzo have been there? She had no relationship with the Gorgas at this point. All we know so far is that, again, Kim D, she knows of a person that may have called after Joe instructed her to. So I did digging. I spoke to tons of people. I did my own investigation, which who the hell am I at the end of the day? Right.
Investigator Rock.
Yeah, right. But what I got from it was Caroline may have said this whole thing for clout, and she was never there when it happened, because based on the several people I spoke to regarding the case, the only person who everyone consistently said it was Joe Masterpole. And I know this for certain, like, or I don't know this, like, I don't know for sure if it wasn't the Gorgas, but that's the one thing that I know that everyone keeps saying, and they keep saying that it's Joe Masterpole. So this is my theory. I think the withdrawal of the bankruptcy probably started the investigation. Joe Masterpole and Joe Giudice, they were business partners. So Juicy Joe allegedly owed his business partner money. I think then when they did that bankruptcy withdrawal, a lot of eyes were on Juicy Joe, and the FBI went to Joe's business partner, who then went back to Juicy and threatened him, because I think we know, and I even read some of the stuff. Juicy owed him a lot of money. So he allegedly owes him a lot of money. And Masterpole said, if you don't give it to me, I am talking to the FBI. And it's not like Masterpole was innocent in this, but obviously it gives him leniency if he throws Juicy under the bus. And that's exactly what he did. He started talking. So where would Caroline be in all of that? It literally doesn't make sense. This would have happened probably in season 2, maybe some of season 3. And Caroline wasn't even good with Melissa in that season. That's why I believe when Caroline said she was there when the call was made to the FBI, that it was all for clout, and that, yes, she knows that it was Masterpole, just like majority of New Jersey people who were like kind of in that situation know that, but she wasn't there. And so I just think she said it out of impulse, and it got so much headlines and attention that she wasn't able to say, well, that's not what I meant. The way Albie even acted about it towards us, like, it just didn't make any logical sense. I thought of 100 different scenarios where Caroline could have been there, and none of them made sense.
That makes sense that you're saying that, but what was the whole like apology thing?
Well, the apology thing, from what I gathered, was at the reunion. Teresa says, and the reason she's saying this FBI thing, Teresa never said, "Oh, they went to my brother and sister-in-law spoke to the FBI." What she said was, "No, you hung out with people, you spoke on the phone with people who called the FBI." So who she was talking about was Joe Masterpole. And Joe Gorka did have a relationship and did have conversations with Masterpole at the time.
Wow, man, that is just so disgusting, though, that you would even have a relationship with those
Yeah.
people.
So, but my whole thing is that, like, I am convinced Caroline said that
Made it
she
up.
was there. Yeah, she did that all for clout. She did that because just like her adrenaline, and then she just like kind of spit it out. Because it's like, if Melissa and Joe were there, you would just say it. Like, you would just say it. Even when we talked to Albie, he was speaking in circles about it. He did a great job about everything else. And I don't even know if I'm making sense here, but to me, I literally did a million different scenarios. And this all started happening in season 3. Melissa and Caroline weren't even close until season 4, or even like on good terms till season 4.
Lauren also says, she goes, I was there too. So that's weird. So why would you co-sign that?
I think they're co-signing it because they're in too deep. Like
Yeah.
they're
Okay.
just like in too deep. Or maybe they do know this Joe Masterpole guy, or they know someone related to him or whatever. I would love to say that, oh, it was 100% the Gorgas that Caroline was there
It
for.
seemed to me, honestly, when we were talking to Albie, I was like, was it Jacqueline? But then I think you were like, no, hell no. But it seemed to me like it was like there's someone in their family and they were all there like having family dinner or something.
Well, yeah, a lot of people, and I think it's kind of, yeah, it could have been an assumption where he like pins it on Jacqueline, like, oh, I don't talk to Jacqueline. And then, my mom has had to deal with the BS of being accused of being behind this,
Yeah.
and it's other people. However, like, I don't think Albie had an issue with Jacqueline. I really do think he had an issue with Chris, and it has to do with the Blackwater. And I don't think that Jacqueline would do that. I do think that Joe would do that, or Melissa, who was contacting producers before. Like, yeah, I can see them, just maybe sending in a tip or whatever. But my whole point is that Caroline did everything for clout. Like, I don't know who or whatever. I just know that Caroline, you guys, like, let's logically think about this. None of this makes sense. I'm rewatching season 3 right now. Caroline is not good with Melissa. She's, I'm only on like 5 episodes, but she can't really stand Kathy. So I don't know. That's my theory on it.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. So
We need more investigative Rex.
let me know your guys's thoughts on this, because I know some of you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, there's no way, whatever. So yeah. Okay, so next theory that we're going to talk about is Punta Cana. Chantal, are you texting?
No.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like you've been texting this entire time.
No, are you crazy?
Gosh, I feel like we should start doing this in person.
I would love to do in person.
Yeah, it's like a clicking whatever sound, and now people are gonna get annoyed about it because I just like put it out there. But I just texted you and I was like, "Can you stop texting?"
I didn't even see that. Let me see.
Are you like opening the door now? What is
Oh,
happening?
that was my mom.
Mom, like, come on, Auntie Fatten. That is her name.
Yeah.
But and like she knows. You probably like warned her, Mom, do not open my door.
You guys, I tell my parents all the time when I'm doing a podcast, do not come in my room. And then she came in my room, and if you saw my hand, I'm like, stop, like that noise, I'm like, stop.
See, my mom would open the door and she would like still like she would know I'm telling her stop, like stop, and she would still talk just to like do it and then walk out, and I'd be like, oh my gosh.
My mom has OCD, and she knew before I like took a glass to drink like tea or something. So she so badly wants to take the tea glass from my room to wash it. You guys, she's crazy.
No, their house is like spotless. Like, you know how there's people who just like collect things, like we talked about. Chantal's mom never collected like anything that Chantal ever made for her growing up. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like her house is like, she doesn't have anything in the house because she throws everything away. Chantal will buy something new and it is gone the next day if it's left out, because she doesn't like clutter.
Yep.
So
And
that's
I'm considered a very dirty person to her because I have 2 closets filled of clothes.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop it.
I know. She has a problem for sure. We tell her this too. And she's like, you guys have the problem. You guys are stupid. And we're like, oh my God, this is how we were treated. This is how we grew up. And we still love them. Like, I don't understand.
So true.
Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about
Punta Cana.
Yeah, Punta Cana. So you guys asked, or we asked Albie, you guys asked us to ask Albie about Punta Cana. So I found out what really happened in Punta Cana, because I don't know why. There's so much that's happened with Jersey that I forgot. But so apparently they were all at a bar and there was a man there. The only people who weren't there, which is so interesting, were the Wakilis, the Loritas, and then Melissa wasn't there for some reason. So they're all at the Punta Cana bar having fun, and there's this man there who I think made a comment about Lauren Manzo, and things escalated when Teresa had opened a champagne bottle, and I think some of it dripped on this guy. He already had made a comment to Lauren, so everyone went bonkers. It turns out this man was a cop.
Oh my God, stop it.
In a different country, y'all. In a different country. I don't think he was working at the time being there, but like, I mean, he was a cop.
Yeah.
Anyways, dead ass, all of them got arrested. All of them were in jail. The ones who didn't go to
Wait, you're lying.
No, for real. The ones who didn't go to the bar that night, they had to stay in their rooms. So, but from what I'm hearing, Joe Gorga, Joe Giudice, and Albie were the ones who were like swinging. And obviously, it's a very different, it's a very scary and different to be in a country in jail. Like I would be freaking the hell out. So Bravo literally had to pay almost 100,000 to get them out. I think it was like about 80,000 to be honest. And then they were banned. They had to leave, and that was their Punta Cana stay. And I think a lot of
Oh,
them were aggravated at the situation, but they were literally in jail in Punta Cana.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. I
I
wonder
can't.
like if they can go back. I feel like I don't know if they could go back. Or they can't go back to the resort. They're all banned from the resort. That's what I know for sure.
Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, I'm sure like they can go back to the country if they want to.
Yeah.
I would be so scared. So they were all in jail. Even like, was Caroline in there?
Yeah.
Lord,
Yeah.
that is crazy.
No, I'm being
So
serious.
was this in that book that like was discussed? Like he was like in a
Yeah, I
taxi talking about it, or like was like an excerpt in the book
yeah,
or something?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. And no, Albie had said that like he was telling his like Uber driver, and they were like, that is the craziest story ever. Again, they didn't know that this man who was like saying crap to them was a cop.
Yeah.
So it's and I don't think he was like trying to be an undercover cop. I just think he was like a cop out.
I mean, I think no matter what, like if you're in a different country, like let's not swing at anybody. I don't care unless like something crazy is happening, but like don't show off, you know?
That and they're lucky that Bravo was there because God knows what would have happened if
Oh
Bravo
my
wasn't there.
God. And
I'm
Bravo
sure
probably felt
Bravo was
like
pissed.
responsible. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they were pissed. They're like, we just had to like pay $80,000. Bravo's like, they could be stingy at times. So, they have like a certain amount they are given to spend on the cast, and that exceeds it. So,
No wonder. That's
yeah.
probably why they get all the bad trips after that.
Oh my
Their
gosh, New
budget is gone.
Jersey. New Jersey. I don't know. I feel like New Jersey, they're very cheap with the New Jersey. They don't have respect for them. They
It's
really
either
like
cheap or the girls are just like weird about picking the good spots.
I mean, yeah, like remember Ireland?
Stop it.
I
People are
know,
gonna
I'm
come for you.
kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Like I would love to go. But
I
anyways,
told you Val's having his bachelor party there.
see, very weird. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want us to get bad reviews because I said I don't want to go to Ireland. You guys, like, let's like breathe a little bit. I'm learning like breathing techniques in Pilates, so don't come
Oh,
for me at that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. By the way,
I'm
you guys.
learning breathing techniques in therapy.
Oh yeah, Chantel started therapy for her
Okay, let's
panic
not talk about it. Go
attacks.
ahead.
You're the one who just said it.
I'm just saying.
You open the door. Yeah, but it's good. And like that's the one thing I love about Chantel is like she tackles it versus just like constantly talking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am back to Pilates before she like texts me and threatens me. So because it's so funny because sometimes we'll like be talking and we have like a community where we like know everyone, and then we'll like hear people from our community say like, we listen to your podcast, and we're like, oh, you listen to us. And
We
it's so
internally die.
awkward. Yeah, we die inside. We die inside because these are people like we really know or we know of or whatever. It's just awkward. But hey guys, if you're listening. But anywho, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Pilates. So you guys, so again, I've never worked out in my life before. I'm terrible at it. And anytime I've tried, I only last a month, which like I really do. I'm like over it, but I'm still gonna keep doing it. And I'm the only person there that every time like my coordination is off, and she's like, hey, let me help you a little, and I'm like, oh my god, swear to god.
Have you are you on a freeformer or reformer, whatever they're called?
Yeah,
Okay, are you like on like what like color and like level?
it's like one
You're
red
in white? Okay.
no sweets, there's not even a white, it's like green, red, blue, and I'm like on two reds and a blue.
Oh, okay. I think they're different. It's different for every single
Yeah,
one.
anyways, you
Interesting.
guys, I know. Yeah. Okay. So our next topic after the Punta Cana stuff that I want to talk about, because I want to get your thoughts on this, Chantal. You were gone for this. And John Fuda's son, Jaden, who's 16, did an interview with a media outlet to say that his birth mom feels like a stranger and to basically throw her under the bus. He said he was like annoyed of her. What do you think about Thirsty Fuda, Bravo Lover 1234, having their 16-year-old son go and speak to a media outlet?
One, like, was he getting paid? Like, are you guys doing this for money? I'm so confused. And
No, I
two,
think I think he was doing it to clear his dad's name.
No, I think that's so wrong. Like, leave your kid out of it with his birth mom. You guys have already done enough. Leave him out of it now. Like, so like this is gonna solidify him never having a relationship with his birth mom ever. And
Well,
like, what if things change?
so this is what he said. So he told the media outlet that he's annoyed of her. It was Page Six, and he was annoyed of her explaining, "quote I'm annoyed by Brittany making this public. My parents made a strong effort not to talk about her shortcomings or bash her. I have
Not really.
I know. I have no feelings of anger or animosity towards her. Did I say that wrong? I feel like I did. Whatever.
Animosity.
Wow. Oh my God, you guys. It's late tonight. All right. She's like, I don't, yeah. I was like, damn, gosh, I wish we can edit that, but I'm too lazy to edit this. And he says, she's like a stranger to me. And I'm just thinking, like, what do you mean
We
that
knew
they didn't
that though
talk about
too.
her? No, but like, he's like, they've made an effort not to speak about her. The way Bravo Lover 1234 has spoken about her, and what Bravo Lover 1234 what she could be saying is right. But here's what these like housewives don't know is let us say that. Like, you guys shouldn't be saying that. Let us say that. Like, I remember Bravo Lover was like, I could never imagine that a mother could abandon her son. And it's like, also like, honey, your husband was in the same exact situation. He just has, maybe like, I don't want to say a better family, but
A
maybe
better
a family.
support
Yeah,
system.
maybe a support system like tried harder with him, but he was in the exact same situation during this time. So it's like, why are you even saying this? Like, you could just say the mom's not in the picture and that's it. But I feel like Bravo Lover 1234 said a lot of insensitive things about the mom. So I'm just like, I don't think John Fuda did very much, but I know that when I would watch Bravo Lover 1234, I would cringe a little because I would be like, why are you even talking about her like that? Like, this is his mom at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think they shouldn't have involved him, and he should never have done that interview whatsoever.
Yeah. And he says, and then Jaden adds, I wish her well. I hope she stops trying to reach out to me while bashing my mom and dad.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like he's just gonna regret this. At 16, we think we know everything and
Yeah.
we don't realize I just think about Frank Catania Jr. and how remember when we were talking to him, Chantal, and he was just like, I don't want to be a part of the show. Like, I want to focus on my future, and that's what's important to me. Like, I don't want, he just didn't want headlines. He didn't want any of that. We had a really good conversation with him when we met him, and he was like, he was so cool. Chantal, I felt like young again, like just hanging out with him and his boy. His boy was so nice too. And we were just like, we were with him for like a good 15 minutes just talking like while everyone did their own thing. And he was just like, I don't want to be a part of this. And he was just telling us that. And it just made me think like Jaden's going to be at that age where he's going to look back and be like, why did I even involve myself at
Yeah,
16?
exactly. And they should know that too. It's like he's under 18. Why are you guys making him even like talk to anybody? Like let him grow into an adulthood. Let him go to college and then see.
Yeah,
And you know what?
exactly.
And if
When
he
he's
and
like
if he
older.
wants to defend his Bravo Lover and his dad from his mom one day, he can do that in person. He can say that to her. You don't need to say it to the world.
Yeah, you don't need to go to Page Six and do that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it also just makes me think like John Fuda, like dead ass thought it was a good idea. And it's like, John, why would you ever think that's a good idea? In fact, like you look worse. However, I did have someone who she was adopted and she told me, and so I'm looking at it at her way too. And she said, listen, at the end of the day, I was adopted. You don't understand it. And you don't know, like, we have a voice too, even if we're young at the time. And I'm not saying like take away his voice. I'm just saying, like, okay, I guess have him film a scene and say that, but for him to like go to a media outlet
Yeah.
and
It's too
conduct an
it's too
interview
it's too
is
early.
weird.
It's very
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
I agree. I
So,
feel like if he said it on the show, it would have been perfect.
yeah, exactly. Like, this was
He's
just,
defending his dad. He wants to defend his, new mom. Like that's his choice, but it's very odd. Like you're doing too much. It's like, of course, like they're extra as F. That's
you're
what we
doing
call
the
them.
most to
Yep.
like defend your mom and dad, but then it makes you look bad. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just makes you look weird, I guess. I don't know. I didn't get really great vibes from him doing that. And I think it's definitely something he's going to regret. And based on the comments and what a lot of you guys were saying, it sounds like he's going to regret this.
Yeah. And like especially because like what if you do want to know more about, where you came from your mom, and like you don't want to have those weird.
And he will at one point, I
Yeah, you don't
feel.
want to defend. I don't know, it's hard.
Yeah. I do, again, think John Fuda has been a little bit quiet. So that is interesting, but
Probably because they know they're coming back, so they're just like, okay.
no, but he was like even quiet. I feel like I don't know. Yeah, well, I guess yeah, to be determined. I still can't believe they're all coming back, and it's so funny because we had said they got a verbal offer, and everyone was like, "See." You know, not everyone. I'm sorry. I hate when I hate when I say things like never everyone like it's
Yeah.
so, I hate saying that. Sorry.
The-
Yeah, but so yeah, I don't even know what I was. Oh yeah, so we had said like the verbal offer thing, and people were like, okay, so then it's not for sure. Then they're not all coming back. Then whatever, and it's like, no, you guys, they're coming back. Like they got. This is how it happens. They get a verbal offer first, and it would be a different story if any of these housewives said, I'm actually on the fence about coming back to the show. Not one of those damn housewives said that. In fact, all of them said, I want to come back to the show.
Sign me up.
Exactly. So when they get that verbal offer, it's not like, oh, well, now they're going to put on their contract, whatever. No, they were all scared. They were all scared for a second. Were they going to do a whole cast shakeup? They were scared. So they get this verbal offer and they get a warning. Hey, we're going to start filming. Now, I know that they're going to start filming on August 7th, which is so crazy because I think it's like over a year. What was Teresa's like wedding? I was it
August
like
25th or something.
no, it wasn't, Chantal.
Yeah, it was.
Teresa's wedding was August 25th.
Yeah, it was in the end of August.
Okay, let's see. Teresa Giudice wedding.
Go.
All right, hold on. I'm doing oh my gosh, now it's all the hair pictures, you guys. It says August 6th.
Oh.
Well, there we go. Roxanne's right. So my first time, because usually whenever me and Chantal debate this, you guys all
Yeah.
message me and you're like, Chantal's right. So, anyways, yeah, how crazy. It's gonna be literally 1 year after her wedding that they start filming again.
Yeah, that's like a long time.
I don't know if it's a long time. I just think it falls in such an interesting time. So I feel like
No,
August
it's a
7th is
long
day
time
one.
when you think of like a year, but then also it's like they've rewatched the show. Like the show just aired, so it doesn't feel like a long time. But imagine them,
Right.
they're gonna not even show us
But that's
this
how it
until
always
next year.
is. Yeah, but
I
that's how it always
know.
is. Like it takes forever. I mean, come on, Sirens Media. Like let's get it together. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. They're all coming back. They all want to come back. If they all didn't want to come back, then it's a different story. But they all want to come back. So yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm disappointed too. Now the next hot topic we have, Chantel. What do you think it is?
Kyle and Mauricio?
Yeah, can you believe it?
No, I really can't. I was sick to my stomach. Like I really felt like I heard like my first cousin's getting divorced or something.
Wow, that's
I know.
drastic.
I just felt so sad.
Well, it's funny because what came out today is that they stopped filming Beverly Hills. Well, I mean, not they stopped filming. The season ended in May, so they stopped filming the season in May because it was complete. And guess
They're
what?
refilming.
Yep, they just started. You go on allabouttrh.com. We
Yeah,
have a
I
story
saw.
about it. Yeah, they are filming again following Kyle Richards and Mauricio's split. I'm sure they saw the success of doing that, which is so funny because so many things happen outside of cameras, like outside of filming, and they never sit there and resume or anything. And I think they just saw the success with doing it with Vanderpump Rules that they're like, listen, you guys may have waited to announce this until the camera stopped filming, but nope, here we are. We're going to start filming and rolling and seeing what's going on in your life.
I wonder if they caught things that we're gonna see when Beverly Hills
Oh,
comes
well,
out.
now that it's out there, the
Yeah, it's
editors are going back and they're like, let's watch every scene that week because they have so many hours of footage that right
yeah,
now they're gonna invest in all the hours of footage with Kyle and Mauricio.
I know. So like they're gonna be because like that's what we're gonna be looking at now. We're gonna be seeing
Oh
like, okay,
yeah.
were they struggling? Were they not? Like did they look happy?
And
Um
they did the same with Vanderpump Rules. Like they were like, let's go through the footage. And then they saw things and they were like,
they
oh,
said they didn't
okay.
edit it, but that's such
Yeah,
BS. They for
bullshit.
sure edited it because it was unless that was just really crazy wild, but or coincidences, but I don't think so.
So we got a blind item, and this blind item actually to me sounds pretty accurate. Now, these are just blind items. Like I will tell you guys when I'm 1,000,000% certain confident. However, the source, I did look them up and they did seem pretty legit. But anywho, here's the blind item. It says, here's the deal. So this was to all about TRH, and it says, a quote, keep anonymous, please. Or I'm sorry, parentheses, keep anonymous, please. And then it says, my mom is besties with Kyle. Kyle was having an emotional relationship. She told Mauricio months ago they didn't want to give up on the relationship, so they said they would work on things. Kyle's oldest daughter was aware when Kyle fessed up to Mauricio. Everyone makes a big fuss about Kyle's weight. She was losing weight from stress. They have been having problems for almost a year. She's not on Ozempic. I think once they announced the separation, they immediately regretted it. We're hopeful they'll stay together. This is not a publicity stunt. So this was a blind item sent to All About TRH, and we did look up their information. They seemed pretty legit. I don't know, for sure how legit everything they said here, but it actually sounds pretty accurate. I mean, there's all these rumors with her and Morgan Wade having this relationship, and it could have been an emotional relationship. It just makes me think of
I
selling
just don't
Sunset
get
and
it. I just don't
Chriselle.
get it. Yeah, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. And they obviously do seem like they regret it. So, I mean, that's another thing is as soon as this gets announced, so People Magazine, anytime People Magazine reports stuff, like People Magazine is pretty legit. There's very few people that like outlets that I'll say that about that I truly believe that. But when I see it on People or I see it on TMZ, I'm like, this is for real. So People and sometimes Daily Mail, but with People, like they put that out there because like her agent, someone gave that to her. Oh my gosh, there's an ant in my basement. I
Oh
can't
my
with these
God.
ants, you guys. My basement is so cute too. I don't understand, and it's clean. I don't get
Oh yeah,
this.
the ants know
I
the aesthetic is
know. Oh
there.
my gosh, I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, but it seemed like they immediately regretted it. And the reason that I think they regretted it is because they were seen together. They were in Aspen during 4th of July. They took pictures. She's still wearing her ring. She's being spotted wearing her ring. So I feel like they were like
Do you think that they announced it? Like they told the stores to announce it to get it out in there, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh my God,
their
no, what?"
PR.
Yeah, their PR, and they're all of a sudden they're like, "No, what did we do? Like we really want to work on this." Because that's
I
kind of fast. So like, I don't
There were
know.
so many rumors going around about her and Morgan. I don't think that she would have put it out there if it wasn't for this Morgan stuff. Cause I do think there might be a little truth to it. And I don't think it was like a sexual relationship. I do think it could have been an emotional relationship. I don't know though. Like, I really, this is just like kind of my opinion. And even that, I don't know. Cause it's so crazy to me that I don't know.
Because this is Kyle, who's been so obsessed with her family, so obsessed with Mauricio. He's done everything, I mean, there has been some rumors of him cheating, but it's never came out. And it's like he's stuck by you, and it's just crazy to think that she'd be the one to do that.
If we listen, this world is so crazy with TikTok. I'm on TikTok all the time, and people are like, "Is this your husband? Is this your husband who's texting or looking at a girl?" Like, if Mauricio was cheating, someone would come out and have said it by now, especially with like a story like this. Like, people would be like, "I had a relationship with Mauricio." Like, it would have come out by now. So, I really don't feel like Mauricio has cheated. You guys can call me like crazy for that, but I really don't think he cheated. I really do think he adored his family. Maybe he wasn't around as much because of work, and maybe I can see him having like a flirtatious, like he's a flirtatious person, but that's all I can ever see with him. So I don't think he cheated. I do feel like this blind could be pretty true.
Wow.
I know. So I thought it was so
Can
interesting.
you send more in, this blind person?
I know. I know. I wanted to trust me. But yeah. And, Kyle was actually recently asked about her and the Morgan stuff and which led to the separation. And Kyle obviously denied the relationship, saying we're just very good friends. And then they were asked about the matching tattoos. And she pointed out that her and Teddy have matching tattoos, saying, quote, Morgan's not the only one I have a matching tattoo with, and then refer to Teddy. So I don't know. There's still so much more stuff that it's like I kind of can understand why people are like, this is weird. And this was at the time that Kyle stopped sharing photos of Mauricio, stopped gushing about him on social media. So that's why it's like all just like weird.
When I did a deep dive in her social media, like all I saw was pictures of Morgan. Like every swipe through was, pictures of with her, and then Morgan had nothing of Kyle.
Yeah. Well, so I don't know how true this is. So don't quote me. I'm just like watching the sand, by the way, but I don't know how true this is. But someone had said that they deleted a lot of pictures of them together on their social media page.
Who did? Like Kyle and
Kyle,
Mauricio?
Morgan.
Oh,
And it's like, why would you ever do that?
I should go look, because when this rumor came out, I like immediately went on Kyle's page and saw so many pictures.
Yeah, I wonder. We should probably take like a deep dive on that because I am so curious about that. Chantal, did you watch the new New York show?
No, but I've heard people saying they are obsessed with it so far.
It is. It's funny. I actually watched
Oh,
it.
you watched it?
I watched 2 episodes. I don't know how many episodes there are. I didn't even realize it was like coming on Peacock. I'm the worst.
Yeah. Isn't it called Crappy Lake?
Yeah.
Okay, so like what?
It
How, who are
reminds
you?
me of The Simple Life.
Oh, like Paris and Nicole Richie.
Yeah, it does. It reminds me of something like that. I actually think it's funny. I think it's a very cute concept. And it's like, it's what we need, where it's like funny and it's not like this crazy drama. And I'm actually enjoying it. And this is coming from someone who's like,
Yeah,
New
you
York
told
is
me you're
not my
not gonna. Yeah, you
favorite.
told me you're not gonna watch it.
No, I am going to watch New York. What are you talking
No, you
about?
told me you're not gonna watch Crappy Lake. I was like, we should do it. People are excited, and you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no.
Well, let us know. Are you guys watching it? Should we talk about it on here? I'm curious as to know. I actually caught up on OC. I have so much to say about OC because, again, Chantal and I recently did a whole rewatch of OC like 2 months ago. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just getting like deja vu of like the older episodes. And I actually have a lot to say about OC, but Chantal said we're going to do an additional episode, like its own little thing to talk about
Yeah,
OC
we'll talk about it on Thursday when a new episode comes out. So we'll talk
Wednesday.
about.
But we'll put it out on Thursday.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think I saw Peacock saying Thursday, and they're always a day late.
Yeah. Oh, and I want to know what you guys are thinking of OC because I actually am thinking that it is a little bit like it is actually getting good, but it is like the same stuff. Like sometimes I'm like, I feel like I need a whole new cast, but then I mean, this episode I was like, all right, it's working for me.
Sorry,
Okay, are
I'm
you
looking.
there?
I know I'm looking at Kyle's Instagram to see if she deleted, but no, everything I saw is like still there with her and Morgan.
Maybe Morgan deleted some stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really all. I don't have any other hot topics. There's an ant who looks like someone stepped on their leg and they're moving weird. And this is all I can think about right now. And I just need to like kill all the ants here. So
Yeah, we'll see you guys Thursday morning or Wednesday night for OC recap.
yeah. And then wait, New York comes in on Sunday. I actually want to watch New York, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. I've like it's like a new version. Like I've
Yeah.
always loved New York.
Yeah. Well, we will watch that and let us know what else you guys want us to talk about. Who else you guys want us to try to reach out and talk to. We're getting a lot of requests to like reach out to Danielle Staub and talk to Danielle Staub. Did I already say this? I feel like I've said this unless I've
No.
talked to you. But no, yeah. So we've reached out to Danielle a couple of times. Like she is very I don't know. She's not going to talk, I don't think. So,
Because
we
I
have
still
her.
think she's on the verge of like maybe I would want to come back to a Bravo show, maybe I wouldn't. So it's like those people won't talk,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because I feel like those people typically they're gonna save it for like if they ever get asked back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anywho, thank you guys so much for listening. We missed you guys. We missed doing this. And we will be back with OC. I have a lot to talk about OC. We have a lot to catch up on. And we will go from there. And then let us know whatever else you guys want us to cover or talk about. And yeah, that's all.
Bye
All right.
guys.
Bye. Be sure to check out allabouttrh.com for everything Real Housewives and Bravo TV. And please make sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at allabouttrh podcast.